What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to Simple Sports Hub, where we talk all things Washington Commanders football, man. Week 2 is here for our Washington Commanders, man, and we got our first primetime game, Thursday night football, man. Our Washington Commanders will be taking on the Green Bay Packers. Let's talk about it. All right, man, before we get into everything, man, make sure y'all hit that like button, man. Make sure y'all subscribe to the channel and also hit that bell notification so y'all can be notified when your boy Simba drops a video, go live, drop a short. Y'all will definitely get that notification on your cellular devices, laptops, all mobile, all electronics. But, all right, I watched the Commanders got the Green Bay Packers this tomorrow night at 8:15. And guess what, y'all? We are not the favorites in this game. We come in as a plus 3.5. We are officially the underdogs in week 2 already, man. And this is not a slight to Green Bay. Yes, they've had multiple years of success with Jordan Love and Jacobs in the backfield, and with a stout defense. And this, we a 1-year wonder, because that's what we've been hearing all off seasons. Like, it was last year was a fluke year. Us making it to the NFC Championship was fluke. We wasn't supposed to beat the Detroit Lions and all this hoopla, right? But fuck all that. We get a real test tomorrow, because we get to go up against what everybody's calling a legit team. As we see, we're the underdog. So I know a lot of people say that we're going to be chased this year. And Dan Quinn came out and said, "Nah, we still chasing Slim. We ain't the chase. We ain't being chased. That ain't happening. We chasing people. That's how we playing the game." And this game is going to be a good matchup. It's kind of hard to analyze or have a real hard nosed takeaway for this game, because it's only week 2. People are still trying to figure things out. There's a lot of stuff that we need to clean up from a gameplay perspective, in my opinion, from how we played against the Giants versus what we want to run against the Packers. And we know, yes, they're a better team than the New York Giants, but I still like my team, when we go up and when we kick off the football on Thursday. I just really do. You know what I'm saying? Nothing against Jordan Love, one of the top QBs in the league. Nothing against their offense and what they've had as a success. But I like what we got. I like what Cliff Kingsbury is doing with our offense. We definitely hit the ground running last week against New York Giants. We had the opening drive and scored 7 points. So that is, and the Giants defense is not no slouch, as much as people want to try to, talk or say that they aren't that good as a defense. But I can also say that the Green Bay Packers defense is probably a little bit better. It's just as well as their offense. But I like our matchup. So let's get into the injury report, and then we're going to go into the offense. What my takeaways is, what I want to see from the offense and from the defense, and then I'm gonna give my score prediction at the end of all this, and then we're gonna go and look at some of what I found on Twitter. All right, so here go the injury report, and it looked like the Green Bay Packers had a thumping, real, gritty game, because they got a long list on this injury report. Some guys do look like they're going to be playing. Some guys limited practice. Some guys are already labeled as out. I did hear Jordan Love speak about the offensive line and some of the hits that they took from an injury perspective, and he still has faith and trust in the O-line regardless of who steps in. And that's the right political thing to say about your O-line, because guess what? At the end of the day, they got blocked for you, Slim. And if you ain't got no faith in them and you doing a news report, or you speaking to the news, or speaking to the reporters, guess what? That shit gonna come out on the field. I'm joking. I hope they wouldn't do that to Jordan Love. But anywho, this is the injury report as of today, Wednesday. And our list is a little bit long too. We got some Bammers that hit the list. It does look like Tressway may not be able to go with his back issue. He did take a nasty hit by Abdul Carter with a poorly blocked by Ben. But it is what it is. I think we did sign a punter that is going to be ready to punt, just in case if Trey cannot go. But I'm hoping that they're working on that injury and working on the back, and hopefully he's able to go Thursday. But if not, hey man, next man up mentality. That's the mentality you got to have because injuries are going to happen, man. It's inevitable. It's not something that you can just avoid. But God willing, that is no more injuries. But it doesn't look like we will be losing anybody else. Austin Eckler was limited in practice, but nobody has been reported as out. The only person that we closely might see to being out is Trey. Even though Dietrich Wise is questionable, But again, we are a pass rush back committee. But let's get into the offense. And here's my what I would like to see from our offense as we go up against the Green Bay Packers. And I'm gonna start with the O-line. The O-line is going to have a big test because we already know we got to go against a guy that we used to see twice a year. Michael Parsons been with the Green Bay Packers. And his speed pass rush, man, his get off the ball is like top tier, one of the top get offs that we've seen in the league. And you could kind of compare it to the Von Miller, or maybe even quicker than Von Miller's get off. And our O-line is gonna be truly tested this game because they got Michael out there, and he's definitely going to try to pick apart Josh Connolly Jr. I know that we know that. Jaden Daniels know that. Josh Connolly Jr. knows that he's going to get a hell of a game tomorrow night against against Michael Parsons. And Cliff Kingsbury going to know that. So we might see a little bit more of what we saw Sunday against the New York Giants because of how effective that pass rush was. We had to start putting running backs. We had to put Austin Eckler down there, chip. We had to put Debo down there. We had to put John Bates in there to chip to kind of slow down that pass rush that the Giants were sending. And we're going to have to do similar to, but that boy, Michael Parsons, bro, he got an endless motor, man. He ain't just stopping on a double team. He ain't just going to quit. Like, he's hoping that y'all, all right, yeah, y'all go send that double team. But guess what? I ain't stopping till that whistle blow. And he's going to keep attacking. So hopefully JD locked in. And hopefully he's ready to get that ball out of his hand quick. You probably see a little bit more short game this week, depending on how effective the pass rush is. I would like for us to take some chances down the field. I think we was very limited in that week 1 against the Giants. So hopefully we can get some looks down the field with Jalen Lane, Terry McLaurin. And it's a short week, but hopefully the reps with JD and Terry has increased and they're getting a little bit back on the same page with one another due to Terry being on a holdout all season. So I'm excited to see those guys get back into rhythm with one another. And that deep pass that was open by Terry, great, phenomenal route. Just an overthrow by JD. They wasn't on the same page. And then, he missed one with Debo. And then Debo dropped 2. So hopefully Jaden is more locked in and more accurate this game. But I'm excited to see us go up against. I'm not, and this is me not bashing the Packers, back end DB group. I'm not sure how many DBs I have. I don't know much about the Packers. I'm just being honest with you. I just know what they have from an offensive perspective, and then a couple of guys. They got my guy Quay Walker, former Georgia Bulldog at linebacker. But as you see, he's on the injury report already. Quadricep. Did not practice, limited full, so he looked like he's gonna be, ready to go. But they got a good front seven, man. They got the linebackers, they got the pass rush, so they're gonna be ready to bump. But I still like our offense, man. Cliff Kingsbury has so many, Swiss Army knives that he can use, and there's so much that he can do within this offense because of the guys that we have at the receiver and at these skill positions, and even out at the running back. I gotta see Bill catch that screen tomorrow night. So hopefully we can see him actually, catch the ball if we throw a screen to him tomorrow night, because we're gonna have to utilize that. We're gonna have to utilize that. They're gonna be aggressive with their pass rush, so we're gonna have to use the screen game. We're gonna have to use the quick game, get our receivers, the ball early and quick, and let them make plays. And we're gonna have to force Green Bay to tackle, make tackles. But that's what I like to see from the offense, man. I want to continue to see the run game ascend, because we saw a successful run game with JD, with Austin Eckler, with Bill having 10 carries for 82 yards. Hopefully we can still create some of those run lanes against the Packers, because that's what it's like. Last week it was oh, y'all ain't go up against nobody. But it's just like, all right, now if we run the ball successfully on this team, what will people say? They'll make up something. They'll make up some type of excuse. Oh, Green Bay ain't really that good. Something that's going to. But we ain't here to discuss what the fucking haters are going to continue to hate on. We're going to focus on continue to get better each and every week, competing and being physical, and that what is going to lead me into talking about our defense. I know a lot of people were saying that we went against Russell Wilson, bum ass Russell Wilson, who holds onto the ball, can't make an accurate throw, all this and that. But they wasn't saying that last year when he beat us with the Steelers and throwing a Hail Mary to Mike Williams, and we had bum ass St. Juice covering him and giving up the game winning touchdown. It wasn't those type of storylines coming out back then. But it's crazy that now he's with the Giants and he got Malik Neighbors, who's going to be one of the future wide receivers in the league, top 5, top 3 receivers in the league one day. And now y'all didn't play against nobody. The offense is trash. The offense is this. The offense is that. But going up against the Packers offense, they got a better quarterback. Jordan Love is no slouch. I'm going to give credit what credit is due. They got Josh Jacobs in the backfield. This is a 1,500-yard running back that they got back there. All-pro tight end and Kraft. And they got a wide variety of wide receivers and Wicks and Reed. I know they're missing Christian Wilkins. They got the young rookie out of Texas over there, Golden. Like, they got some weapons on the outside. And that's going to be a good test for our DBs because I'm going to be honest with y'all. What I saw last week out of Trey and Marshawn, they were sticky. They were sticky. Malik Neighbors beat, he got Marshawn one time with the slant. But if you look at a lot of those routes that was being ran by the receivers and when we played man, Trey was right there. He was right there with Wendell. He was right there. Now it was just a better throw and a good catch. But I like our chances. I like our DBs against their wide receivers. I really do. I like Mike Sanders still being in the slot. I like Will Hurst. The game that he played last week was phenomenal. And then we're going to talk about our interior pass rush and being able to stop the run. Javon Kinlaw, man, that dude, man, the way that dude fire off the ball and the B, pause, no diddy, that big and wide, and his get off of the ball is like, you would think that he's like I'm not going to say it because I already know people will say in the Aaron Donald, come on, bro, you reaching now. I'm talking about how quick his get off is, being that big. I'm not saying he's Aaron Donald, but his get off is very quick. And he got the strength behind it. So he's tossing linemen out the way and affecting the interior run game like tremendously. And then you got the guys on the outside. Dorrance Armstrong played well. Dietrich Wise played well. We did a good job of keeping running backs in, bottled in, like not allowing them to break. I think they had one run that they broke outside. And that was probably just a bad, pass rush by one of our, or a bad rush by one of our DNs. But you talking about 1 out of 4 quarters, I'd take that any day, all day. But, Daron Payne playing a hell of a game. Like, I know everybody keep making jokes about it being a contract year, but shit, I take it. I take a contract year if he trying to free up and this is going to bring out an all-pro type of play out of him, fuck it. Make every year a contract year. Fuck it. From here on out, put Daron Payne on fucking one year deals. Because that's the only way we can get, the best out of him. Keep putting Slim on 1 year deals. I'll take that. I'll take that. I'll take that any day. And then we got the linebackers, man. We already know Bobby Wagner, man, who's just a run-stopping, tackling machine, bro. Like, the lanes that Kinlaw and Daron opened up for him to come and fill and, make those tackles. I think he had 10 of them last week. I'm excited to see that. I do want to see a little bit more from Frankie Louvu. Oos, that's my guy. He was there on some plays, but this is like we didn't see enough of him. But I'm fine with that. It's cool. It was week 1. I ain't mad at it. And again, like I said, I want to see the DBs go up against the weapons that Jordan Love is going to have. And then we're dealing with some mobility out there. Not saying that Russell isn't mobile, that he still can't get out the pocket and make things happen. But we also got to be aware of Jordan Love being able to escape the pocket and beating us with his legs and staying disciplined down the field. Not breaking coverage because we see him scrambling. keeping your eyes on your receiver and sticking with them and letting the linebackers and safeties come up and make a play. That's what I foresee in this game, and I'm trying to see if our defense is really here to play complementary football with our offense and how explosive we are on offense and putting up points. If we can hold guys under 20, man, 23, and we can hold this Packer team under 23, I really like our chances. I really like our chances because I'm taking my offense against their defense any day. I'm taking my offense against any NFL team defense right now. Even the best defense or one of the best defense in the Eagles. And I know that's way down the season, but I'm just talking about our offense is explosive, y'all. Like, yeah, we had some drop passes, but that's a part of getting that rust off of week one. A lot of guys didn't play. A lot of guys didn't, that first game jitters, and it's cool to have. That's knocked off now. So if we can, and this is one of the other things that I wanted to touch on, is the penalties. If we minimize the 12 penalties that we had week one, and we keep it under 10, and I'm God willing under 6 costly penalties on off, and it was about 5 bad penalties that we had that stalled out our offense. We should have very well put up 30+ points on the Giants. I'm just calling a spade, my guy. I'm just calling a spade. If we don't hurt ourselves, because they could not stop us from moving the ball. So if we minimize the offensive penalties, don't shoot ourselves in the foot on defense, with the illegal hands and roughing the passer with Bobby Wagner, I'm not mad at that. Again, you just got to know to stay, under the chest pad level, when touching these quarterbacks. And I think, a vet like Bobby understands that. Like, it was like, hey, man, we fucked up. But again, they didn't score on us. We still held them to a field goal. So if we can keep them guys under 23, 24 points, I'm calling it, man. 28, 23. This is a bold take or a bold, whatever you want to call it. But I think we win this game 28, 23, or 24 with us getting a stop on defense and we taking the victory knee. I think our defense is going to get off the field. We're going to make a key stop, get off the field, 4th down, and we're going to stop them, and we're going to get them off the field. That's my prediction, 28-23. Washington Commanders come out, and we walk away 2-0 with this game. Again, man, y'all let me know what y'all takes is, what y'all want to see from our offense, from our defense, from the special teams. Special teams. Let me speak on that real quick. I don't want to see Debo back there taking kick returns. I'm just not saying that he can't do it. We need that dude on offense. We need him on offense, and that first little hit that he took on the opening kickoff scared me a little bit. You know what I'm saying? It scared me just a little bit. I'm a little scared, a little teeny bit scared. But get somebody else back there. Give me another running. Give me a running back. Put Jalen Lane back there. Somebody else other than him, because we're gonna need him throughout the season. We're gonna need him. And but yeah, y'all let me know in the comments, man. Let me know what your takeaway is. Y'all drop y'all score predictions in the comment section, man. Let me know what y'all think the score going to be for tomorrow night. Kickoff 8:15. I will have my America's Best locked and loaded. I will be sitting here watching Prime Video, and I will be watching the quarterback view of the game so I can see the whole field and see the whole play breakdown while watching it on TV, man. I'll catch y'all on the next one, baby. Raise hell, I'm out of here.